Planning and Zoning Board of Appeals meeting to order. Can we all stand for the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the roll call. Bettenhausen. Brophy.
Here.
Culp. Here. Liner.
Here.
Lindstrom.
Here.
Trevino.
Here.
West.
Here.
Now I need a motion and a second for Ron Lindstrom to be the acting chair tonight.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay. Roll call. Brophy.
Yes.
Culp.
Yes.
Liner.
Yes.
Lindstrom.
Yes.
Trevino.
Yes.
West.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Board. Now I'm going to need the approval for the minutes presented on the regular meeting of May 15th of 2024. I need a motion to approve that.
I'll make the motion.
I second.
Culp.
Yes.
Liner.
Yes.
Lindstrom.
Yes.
Trevino.
Yes.
West.
Yes.
Brophy.
Yes.
Okay, now we're going to have it open to the public, agenda items only, if you want to come up and speak. All righty. And now we're going to open the public hearing meeting, and the first one will be a variance application as submitted by Darren Preston for the property located at 6658 Bradford Court.
It's 5:30.
Oh, I'm sorry, Hyther, okay. So if you want to come up and
Wait.
speak.
We need a first and a second to open.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need a motion to open this.
Second.
I forgot.
That's okay. Liner.
Yes.
Lindstrom.
Yes.
Trevino.
Yes.
West.
Yes.
Brophy.
Yes.
Culp.
Yes.
Okay, you can speak on your behalf.
Yes. I am requesting that we be allowed to build a garage, a detached garage on our property. We need this garage to store our classic vehicles and mainly to store our gardening equipment that we have to maintain our property as far as grass cutting, snow removal, and things of that nature. We have been told that we had a storage house that we had to tear down because we were only required to have one building on the property that was detached, so we had to tear that down. In that storage, we had all of our garden equipment, our lawnmowers, our tillers, and everything to maintain our property to keep it looking in pristine condition. I am also requesting that we be allowed to build this property at 720 square feet without having a footing. And I know that in 2015, they changed one of the conditions that if you were to build something over 600 square feet, you would have to build a footing. Now that footing would cost us an extra $15,000 in order to maintain that footing. But as we talk to the builders that better build a garage and some of our neighbors in the area, all of them, they have a 30 by 24. They haven't had any problems with the slabs that they have on their unit, and we are requesting that we be allowed to build that without the footing.
Okay. Any question, Board?
I'm going to throw this to Romy.
What is the size, excuse me, sir,
Yes.
what's the size of this going to be again?
That we want to build?
Right.
It'd be 720 square feet,
720
but we
square
are only allowed to build it at 600.
Six.
But we
Okay.
need that extra 6 feet and actually to store all of our equipment
Okay,
in the unit because we had to get rid of the shed.
okay.
24 by 30, right? Is that what you said?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, that was in there, right? Romulus, did you want to say something?
I'm somebody called, so. Good evening, everybody. So, yeah, per code, it's required. Anything over 600 square feet, it's required a regular foundation, 42 inches. I can't go against the code,
A thickened slab around the perimeter.
not according to the code. It's not that I'm, I don't want to award that, but whatever you do, we got to go by code.
Right.
If that's what the code requires,
650.
yeah, anything over 600 square feet.
Absolutely.
So, we just, we don't put the book together, we just follow what's recommendation and,
So as it's understood, the answer would be no.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ramnes. Okay, board, I'm going to need a vote of approval or disapproval. Oh, she's got a question.
So you're approving the 720, but he has to get a footing, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Right.
Okay.
So we're basically going to approve what he's asking for, right, Michelle?
Yes,
you
but
want-
he'll have to get the footing.
He'll have to get the footing, but
Get the footing.
that's what
Right.
we're asking to approve.
At 650, the ordinance is 650.
So what he's asking for is
720.
Right.
So with
And we
720, the
can't
footing
approve
would be
that
there,
because
he'd
that's
have to
in
reduce the
code.
size.
Which is what
You can
Mr. Gardner
approve it,
said
but
we
he'll
are
have to
allowed
pay that additional money
Right,
for the footing.
right.
up to 750 square feet. But I guess this ordinance came into effect in, I think in 2015, if I'm not mistaken.
I want to throw another question at Romy also.
Sure.
Trench foundation?
Over 600 square feet, it's got to be irregular. But trench foundation, 600 square feet, up to 600 square feet. This is what the code calls. It's my understanding that the covenants in Gorman, it's up to 750. Obviously, they only want to go 720 square feet, which is good. But the code says anything over 600 square feet requires a regular foundation.
Are we talking a 42-inch
Correct.
foundation?
Correct. And you can always make more strict, but not less restrictive.
Correct. Motion. I'll make the motion. You have to close it first.
All right, I need to close this, I need approval for that. I need a motion to approve that, closing this?
To close the public hearing. We need a motion and a second to
No,
close.
Yes, is what you're saying.
After you
Afterwards.
close it.
After you close it.
After we close it.
I'll make the motion to close.
And I'll second it.
Now I need a motion to approve this?
Roll call.
Oh, roll call.
Lindstrom,
Yes.
Trevino,
Yes.
West,
Yes.
Brophy,
Yes.
Culp,
Yes.
Linner.
Yes.
Now the favorable.
Now we need a motion to approve this or disapprove.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
And a vote, please.
Trevino,
No.
West,
Motion to either approve or disapprove, yes, on that motion. You lost it.
you're making a recommendation to the village board, favorable or unfavorable?
Unfavorable. That would be no.
Okay. West,
No.
Brophy,
No.
Culp,
No.
Linner,
No.
Lindstrom.
Yes.
Okay, he has to go before the village board next week.
Okay, when's the meeting, next Thursday?
Next Wednesday, 6:30.
Okay, we'll send a recommendation to the village trustees, and that'll be next Thursday at 6:30?
Correct.
Correct, at 6:30. So
Wednesday.
You just said
Wednesday, I'm sorry.
Oh, Wednesday.
Next Wednesday at 6:30, so you could show up for that meeting and give them another presentation also and answer any questions they may have,
Okay,
because they'll make the final decision.
okay. All right, thank you.
Have a good evening. All right. open up for this one. Okay, now I need a motion to open up for another thing on public hearing.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call?
West,
Yes.
Brophy,
Yes.
Culp,
Yes.
Linner,
Yes.
Lindstrom,
Yes.
Trevino.
Okay, now I need, this is in regards to variation application as submitted by James Eves for the property located at 6849 West Tricia Court. So if you'd like to come up and make a presentation.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. First, hope everybody made it through the storms without mishaps. It's pretty intense. I'm James Eves, and I'm the owner of the property at 6849 West Tricia Court. And the rationale and the reason for the requested variance is due to the peak height. My building is 36 by 40, and your ordinance limits to 12.5 feet, and I'm requesting a variation to go beyond that. This is something that this board has entertained previously. There's a structure at 6924 Tricia Court that has a peak height that exceeds the ordinance 12.5 feet. So that's principally the rationale for that request. The use of the property will be for the storage of vehicles and household storage items. And essentially, that's the extent of what I have to offer. If you've got any questions, I'd be very pleased to answer those.
What's the height of the building?
17.5.
Ron, to this?
Mr. Eves is correct. He's also located in ER and also falls under the garage under special uses. So he's correct, but the whole package falls under special uses, garage for consideration and the height.
Thank
Not
you.
only the height, but the whole garage as well.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so I do see a foundation on this one.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Submitted plans, and so that does include foundation.
Okay, board? Any more questions? Now we're going to make a motion to approve this.
You're gonna close the
I'm
public
sorry.
hearing.
I make a motion to close this.
I second it.
First.
Oh, you want me to make the motion?
First, second.
I'll make the motion.
Okay,
I'll second.
okay,
There we go.
Okay.
Now we got it.
I thought Ron made it.
all right. Brophy,
Yes.
Culp,
Yes.
Linner,
Yes.
Lindstrom.
Yes.
Trevino.
Yes.
West.
Yes.
Now I need a motion to approve this or disapprove it.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
To approve or?
To approve this.
To approve.
And roll call.
Culp,
Yes.
Linner,
Yes.
Lindstrom.
Yes.
Trevino. Yes. West.
Yes.
Brophy.
Yes.
And you, we're going to make a recommendation to the village trustees, and that'll be next Wednesday at 6:30. So if you want to show up, and they may ask you a few questions also.
Awesome.
Thank you, sir.
very much.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Okay, now this is for new business, and this is for related to a new business license application as submitted by Cynthia Bolton for the property located at 25772 South Polk Street. And you'd like to come up and speak to us, please?
Good evening, board members.
Good evening.
My name is Cynthia Bolton. I reside at the address that you just stated, and I applied for a business license for a home-baked business which falls under the Illinois Cottage Law, which includes running a home business.
Ma'am, excuse me, is your mic on?
There's
Yeah.
a button on the,
Oh, it sounds like it's on. Maybe you could just speak into it a little bit more.
Here,
yeah, is it green light lit?
it's lit, yeah. Can
Okay.
you hear me now?
That sounds better.
Okay.
There you go.
So I'm here because I applied for a license to establish a home-baked business under the Illinois college law. And I have all of my certifications that prove that I have taken the necessary training to understand food handling and management. And I've also received my registration number from the Monee County Health Department. And the last step is to be approved by the Village of Monee to be able to run the home-based business.
I have some questions in regards to this. First of all, Cynthia, I've got to let you know you made the all-time worst presentation because there are no samples here today.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm so glad you brought that up. My house is one of the homes affected by the storm, so I don't have any power. but I definitely did
plan. It said butter pound cake. I want to taste butter pound cake.
I plan to bring samples, but I don't have power, so I can't.
I'm so sorry about that.
That's why you have us on this end.
And that helps to make the decision, I'm certain. I have a number of other
That's not on record, but
I have a number of other questions for you. I noticed that the application was 5/3/24, but your incorporation with the Illinois State of Department of Secretary of State was on 6/10/24, but then you had a FIN number before that. Trying to figure out how that happened.
Because I ended up taking the multiple choice test twice. So that's why there are different dates. There's a date for May, and then I filled out the application in May as well, and just kind of held on to it because I needed to get the results from the test for the food manager certification.
Right, but you can't get your FIN number until you're incorporated with the state. But on the May document here, we have a FEIN number.
I'm sorry, and what's the date of that again?
Your incorporation is 6/10/24 with the state of Secretary of State.
Right. And for the EIN?
When you filled out the application here, it's 5/31 unless there's an error in the date.
There is no error in the date.
Okay.
No, there is no error in the date. I did apply for the EIN before because I did not know whether or not the village would approve it, but I was just trying to get everything, all of the documents in order in case I had to present everything. So I just wanted to be as ready as I could be to show that I was serious about having this home-based business, and that's why I filled out, the paperwork the way that I did.
Okay, that was one of my questions. It looks like you have everything else, but you didn't register with the local health department yet?
I did.
It's just not in my packet?
It's here.
Oh, I don't have that piece.
Yes, it's right here on the back.
Do you have it?
On the back of the page.
Okay, this piece. But this piece, it says it does not provide proof of a Will County Health Department temporary permit to operate. So that's why I was asking about the permit registration. So if you get the registration number, certification of registration for cottage food industry, you're also supposed to get the operation permit. Were you aware of that?
The operation, no, I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
No.
And so that's the only thing I see. Other than that, the samples and that operational permit is all you need.
Okay.
Okay, board, any more questions?
I just have a question in regards to this page right here where it says your address in Flossmoor. Were you operating in Flossmoor?
No, I do not plan to have customers come to my home to pick up orders, but I did register a virtual address in Flossmoor. So I'm able to put that on all of my business correspondence and anything associated with the business, as well as the virtual address that I have is also is attached to a physical building. So if I wanted to, I could have people come to that particular suite and pick up their orders. But for now, at the start, my goal is to just do everything online, so have customers order online for mail delivery.
Okay.
So before they move to send this over to the board of directors, just as a reminder, I would bring proof of that, so that you have the Will County Health Department temporary permit to operate before they question you about that. And it's outlined here, and we'd already looked up the ordinance as well. We see that that's the only thing that's pending at this time.
Okay.
Let me just read that part of the law. It's
the food cottage operation law, PA 097-0393. And what it states is, most Illinois counties require a home kitchen license, which requires a certification course, which you did. And producers must register at the local health department on an annual basis. So you have to register with the Will County Health Department and bring proof of your registry to your meeting before the council.
Okay, so that was the one thing that I wasn't clear on, because I figured that this was the proof of registration.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And it's just right in here at top.
Okay.
You have to verify.
Okay, board, now I'm going to need a motion to approve this, to send it to the board.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
And a roll call.
Leonard,
Yes.
Lindstrom.
Yes.
Trevino,
Yes.
West,
Yes.
Brophy,
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am, we will send a favorable representation to the trustees, and that'll be Wednesday, next Wednesday at 6:30. If you'd like to show up for that, they may ask a few questions and in regards to your permits.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
You have a good evening.
Thank you.
All right, board, now I need a motion to close the meeting.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it. Roll call.
Lindstrom,
Yes.
Trevino,
Yes.
West,
Yes.
Brophy,
Yes.
Cole,
Yes.
Leonard.
Yes.